run Encore mode. This is quite a bit different. So Encore mode was the basically remixed version of all the available stages that were in the original release of the game. And what I'm going to do a bit differently here is I'm going to actually collect the emeralds. Now this run is any %, but it is also getting all the emeralds, so it's technically the 100% as well. It just happens to be that much faster than doing no emeralds. So I'll get all the emeralds by the 3rd zone. So what I also did there, I'll just quickly talk about as well. The special stages have a kind of exploit. You can jump to the right and then jump sideways, and with that you're able to boost to the emerald faster than you're meant to be. You normally need to unlock Mark 2 or Mark 3 speed to catch up to the emerald, but you just side boost and bunny hop to the emerald and you can get it pretty quickly. So we already got our 2nd emerald and we're only on the 1st zone. So Green Hill is pretty straightforward. It never really changes in any of the games. So please, Sega, do not re-release this stage again. We're done. Different boss though, so that's kind of good. So that was good. So what I wanted to do there was I wanted to boost flight off the boss and get an extra 2 hits on the before it changed into the red unable to hit phase, making it a bit faster. So a common thing in Sonic Mania is you'll find that any of the redone zones will have Act 1 that is very similar to the original, and then Act 2 will be entirely different. So this is a very different take on Green Hill. Alright, good jump. Alright, really good. That was very good. Okay, and I got early Emerald 3. So that boosting strat there is actually probably the most difficult emerald to get. Normally you will have to hit a wall and bounce off it twice, which will cause the emerald to actually turn around and come back to you. So it's a neat little strat you can do there if you can be quick enough. Okay, so this is the Sonic 2 final boss. Just, you know, a lot easier. And you also have rings this time. They just brought him back for Green Hill. Alright, and done. For some reason they decided to, you know, leave his legs without a hitbox. So you can just hit him. So I'm playing on the latest update of this game. One of the best things they added in the latest update was the ability to skip cutscenes. That wasn't available until Plus came out. And it is absolutely a beautiful addition. Makes the run so much faster. Alright, so we're entering Emerald 4. Okay, so if I fail any emerald, I'm just going to open up dev menu and I'm going to retry it again, because that way I don't have to reroute anything. So nobody saw that. First try.
All right, we have a $44.40 donation from JK Sessions, who says, "Never before have I been in the audience before." I hope that's true, brother.
All right. So there wasn't really much to talk about with Chemical Plant 1. It's just a get one emerald, straightforward stage. Chemical Plant 2 is a bit different though. It's actually a more of a vertical stage. There's not really anything in terms of skips yet. This category has a lot of skits coming up later, though, so I'll talk a bit more about those when I have Super available and when we get there. But to begin with, this stage has pretty much my least favorite boss, although it's probably, for anyone who doesn't speedrun the game, it's probably a really fun addition. It's just definitely not... It is definitely not something that fits in a Sonic game, in my opinion, but we'll, again, talk about that when I get there. But yeah, in this stage, I'll be climbing up a lot. I'm also trying to catch a cycle by a certain time, so I need to be at least on a certain pace. If I'm a bit faster, it doesn't matter, or if I'm, you know, just slightly bit slower, I can still usually make the cycle okay. How's it going, man? Lads, it's Dan.
Tell me all about the funny orange rat.
I'm so glad you rocked up late. That makes me feel so much better about mine. That made me not showing up for Spark.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Alright, Emerald number 5.
Actually, I gotta push that like...
This one's really easy. It's just kind of bouncing. You'll get it down the hallway. So I've got 2 more to go. Emerald 6 is pretty straightforward. Emerald 7 can be a bit tricky. It's very easy to screw up. But we should be okay.
Easiest emerald. Easiest trick. Easiest level.
Easy
IL
game,
record,
easy life.
IL record incoming.
Alright, here it comes. Oh boy, oh boy. Here comes Poyo. So Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is the chemical plant boss, and it's just... Why am I playing this in a Sonic game? So I've done my absolute best to figure out how to play Mean Bean Machine. I'm not anywhere near good enough yet, but it, you know, it'll do. I need some more greens.
Robotnik's acting tough, but you've got the green Poyos.
Very epic.
Very.
Okay, cool. We got just need the yellow, and we're good. All right, awesome. That should be a good chain. Yeah, not bad. Okay. So it was a slow setup, but it did actually get him done in one. Cool, that's chemical plant done. Now, immediately following that is another one of my least favorite bosses in this game. So there's really 2 heavy RNG points in this game. I know RNG in a platformer is just awful in all regards, so this is not a great thing to have to deal with. But yeah, this boss that's coming up for this stage has 3 rockets, or it fires 3 rockets. 1 that's a blue one that you can hit, and 2 red ones that you cannot use to attack him. And which order they show up in is completely RNG. So it all depends on luck. And there's no way to make it faster based on your own skill. Alright, Emerald number 6.
Nice.
Good. So failed 1 Emerald, and that's it. That's honestly not so bad. Until Emerald 7, of course, but I feel like Emerald 7 will be fine. No worries. Okay, cool. So, if you noticed, I slowed down a little bit before the boss started. This is, so far as I know, only I do this. What it does is it causes the rockets to get on screen faster, which causes me to be able to skip a cycle here. So, I got number 3 on the rockets. So that means I had to wait for the 2 red ones to go past first. But because I slowed down and got the rockets to show up faster, I actually hit a transition earlier than I would have normally, which, you know, made it slightly less of a time loss. But however, I'm kind of getting owned. So I got a 3-3 so far, which is not great. Also with Tails, you can kind of fly across, and, you know, it saves a bit of time going through loops when you're transitioning to the next part of the boss. So I got to hit him 4 times with these blue rockets. Okay, so 3-3-2, that's not great. And I got hit. Okay, that's not it. That's way worse. Okay, that's garbage RNG. Okay, I feel better now that I failed an emerald, because if I didn't fail an emerald and that was good RNG as well as Poyo being good, I could have potentially got a new world record, but now it's like not even a big deal, so. Alright, so Studiopolis 2 is where skips start happening. I'm going to try and do one that is a bit inconsistent, but it can be simple. It can take a couple times, but I need to be careful not to break the box I'm going to clip under as well. It's very easy to accidentally jump and break it. But I got the last emerald to do first before that. Okay, yep, so got Emerald 7. That is one of the hardest ones, because you have to kind of side boost without hitting any walls, making it really difficult. Also, achievement unlocked.
Nice
Based.
achievement, bro. Is this your first time playing the game?
Yeah, this is, yeah. I hope I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you know, alright, it's alright.
So, we're going to transform to Super here, and Super will allow us to do quite a few skips. First one coming up. So I'm going to get into this corridor and I'm going to clip like this and then jump up. So the game just jumps you above the box. First try is very, very good. That normally can take about 3 or 4 tries, which you lose quite a bit of time for. Being absolutely honest here, I will say that the boss has become a bit of a pushover from this point onwards because of Super. You'll see, it'll be definitely apparent right here. Oh, he does like wind elements. Who cares? He changes the weather.
Honestly, once you have Super in runs, I've seen runners have more trouble with the capsule than the bosses.
Yeah. Alright, Flying Battery. This is like so the Flying Battery 1 is very much like how it is in Sonic 3. A lot of it is taken directly from that until Act 2. Just like I said in Green Hill, Act 2 is always quite different. It's like the developer's own take on it, which is really cool. Actually, Act 2 has a massive skip, which I will get over then. It's actually really, really cool. Probably one of my favorite skips in this run. Oops. So it's really, really fun to like optimize movement with Super. It just makes for a lot more interesting, just a lot more interesting movement, I guess. like slope jumps, all that kind of stuff. That one I unfortunately screwed up. Mm, 119 to the boss, that's not too bad. Big scary boss. So bosses do seem pretty quick with super, but they're still not quick enough, honestly. So I'm going to skip quite a few of them and jump straight to where the capsule is. This is the first case of doing that. Alright, cool. There's like a small gap you can get through to not have to hit any of that stuff. So it's good I got that. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly under the stage. I do a specific amount of inputs here to make sure I don't hit the ceiling and I don't miss landing on this. So I've just skipped a huge portion of the stage with that. And now I'm actually going to skip the boss as well. Oh, that might not work. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm actually going to restart the stage here because I do want to show this off. So the super ring is unfortunately gone here. I'm hoping I still get enough rings to do this. Just going to quickly backtrack a little bit and get more rings. So I missed quite a few just a moment ago. Alright. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, so I'll focus this time and get this. There we go. Alright.
Nice.
So this stage vertically loops, so you can come from the bottom and reach the top of the stage, which just happens to have the capsule.
All right, we have a $378.9688 donation from Liquid Wi-Fi. It says 3,500. Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys. Okay, so this is like one of the new levels they added to the game. We had Studiopolis, and now this is Press Garden. Just recently, actually, we found a way to skip... okay, that was weird. We found a way to skip the Act 2 boss. So that will be hopefully a successful skip. It's pretty difficult to do since you have to be above the screen and you can't see Tails where Tails is landing, and you have to land on 2 block wide pillars that sit in the ceiling. So I'll actually talk a bit more about that when I get to some over the level skips where you fly over the stage, because there's actually something important to note about that. As with this stage, it's just straightforward, like platforming. You just gotta, there's not really anything too spectacular about it. Just get super as fast as possible, go fast, all that usual stuff. Okay, so in previous updates for this game, there never used to be a situation where you'd have to sit and wait for the boss to wave at you. It was mainly added to show players how to fight this boss properly, because a lot of people didn't know that the boss breaks the boxes. But yeah, so it loses a little bit of time in the speed run now. So for this transition here, I'm going to fly before, wait for the score to count down before I land, so I can spin dash and start the level moving already. Normally there's like a slow transition where you'll just walk to the next area. Alright, so yeah, as I said, this skip was found just recently by my good friend Joey Baby 69. Absolute legend when it comes to this game. He's found so many skips for this run just for me. What a guy. So now I'm above the ceiling. You can't normally just fly above the ceiling in this game. So I've landed. So, okay. So there's pillars above the ceiling that stop you from being able to go over. Uh-oh, I didn't jump high enough. Alright, cool. Let's go back and try again. You only just barely make it over the pillars. So where these two blocks are that I'm standing on now, there's actually Eggman blocks that are invisible. They go really, really high above the ceiling to make sure that you can't fly over. But we can still do specific platforming like such to actually make it over. And I just didn't make it. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. I'll fight the boss. Yay, we get to see Shinobi. Hooray. I also have 4 rings. Okay, this is not good. Oh, don't die to Shinobi. Don't die to Shinobi. Come on, don't do this. Don't die to Shinobi. No, we're good. No worries. That was...
Nice capsule miss, by the way.
Yeah, I was composed the entire time. Alright, this is probably one of my favorite stages in the run. This one has some nice, really, really nice platforming, and it's very, very fast as well. So just like most of the non-skip stages, ultimate goal is getting as much rings as you can, get super as soon as possible, and then just fly for it. Need 4 more rings. Alright, cool. Oh, one thing everyone may have noticed as well is there's no super music. With the Plus update, they added a cheat code that gives you the ability to enter a code that removes the super music. So I'm running with that because I just like hearing the game music so much more than super music. As a matter of fact, I stopped running this category because I got sick of the super music, and then they added that and I came right back. So
yeah, like it's legitimately a really good song, but it's the problem with all the classic games is like you get so sick of hearing the super theme constantly.
In comparison to the rest of the soundtrack, though, like this song for this stage here is a banger.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything from CD is generally a banger.
Okay, so this is a pretty quick stage as well, but there's a boss that has a skip in it as well after this, so we still have to fight the boss, but we get to skip a phase of it, so hopefully I'm able to get that. It's fairly simple and I get multiple tries at it, so I should be good.
King of Speed. Nice achievement, bro.
Can that be seen on stream? Oh, yes, it can. Awesome. Love achievements. Alright, see when his thruster goes, that's when I let go of my spin dash here. Alright, so there's 2 phases to this boss, and I'm going to skip the first one by doing a specific spin dash on this spot here. Hold right, let go of right, and I'm in the wall. I just jump up the wall, and then I skip the phase. Easy, easy. This is actually like one of my favorite skips because of the fact that it skips an RNG portion of this boss, which is really nice. Anyone who's played this game would know this, but just in case you don't, this boss actually changed with the Plus update. They completely revamped him and made it just a way better boss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Alright, this stage has a really interesting skip as well. I'm going to die, but not actually die. So I'm going to have zombie tails for this bit. So this is actually really tricky to pull off as well. I got to break out of a grab on the moment that Tails drowns. So once I get there, I'll talk a bit more about that. Until then, it's just underwater platforming, which is exceptionally slow, and nobody likes water stages mostly. But in terms of this game, it has probably the best water stages. So this entire section here, it doesn't matter how fast or how slow I'm going, because I gotta wait for Tails to start drowning. So I always have to wait at the part I get to, where I need to actually become the zombie Tails. So I'm counting down now. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna spin dash. Gonna wait for the 0 to animate properly. And now I'm dead, but not dead. So my timer has stopped, music's back, and I cannot collect anything or interact with any objects. So all the collision is gone. Now this also includes the Eggman blocks that are in the ceiling that stop me from going over. So because this collision's been turned off for those, I'm able to just jump over the ceiling. So we're just going to fly over. So I got stopped here because there's a really, really large trigger that triggers this cutscene. So I'm just going to wait for this cutscene to end. I'll know when I hear the breaking of the wall where Eggman's placed the bombs. Going to position myself right about here. I'm going to jump across and I'm just going to run off the edge. I didn't make it. Okay, that's never happened before. So I'm just going to wait for him to fall. So because I'm in zombie state, all the death planes don't actually kill me. Did I just see? Oh, okay then. I'm falling so fast I just saw like Tails pop up for a single frame. Okay, there we go. There we go. And there's the signpost. Okay, when we're done. Whatever. I think at that point it was actually faster to do the boss, but it's okay. It's still really interesting. That is the only time that Zombie Tails is used in this run. It's like, unfortunately, only got one use. It gets used quite a bit in the latest Encore run, because you can get your partner killed in situations like that as well and still have him alive. And you can use that to skip a lot of bosses. Encore mode has evolved a lot since it was shown at PAX 2018, so if you haven't seen that run, I highly, highly recommend it. Alright, that should be 50 rings. So there's only one single skip for this stage. It's a very small one, but you can fly across this and you skip a whole portion there, and you can also jump here. Okay, didn't make it. Alright, go back. jumped a little bit too early there. There we go. Fly over the wall. And that skips going around a bit of a platforming section. Saves about 10 seconds, I think. You can also jump through that by timing a jump at that point. So as you just clip through some objects. It's like exploit of the path swappers in this game. Alright, so this is the Hydro 2 boss. It's got 2 phases. This one is RNG. So I want to see a specific pattern on the bombs. And I did not get it. So now I'll have to wait for another phase of blocks, where normally if you get the right RNG... This is the one I did want. If you get caught on one of the bombs as well while the boss is going off screen, you can actually get like zipped around the place and it will cause you to soft lock. So lucky that didn't happen. So this is a really, really weird thing. You know how I've been able to skip cutscenes this entire time? Well, this cutscene got added in Plus update, and you cannot skip it. I don't know why. It's like one of the only ones you can't skip. Before that, the stage didn't have a cutscene at all. So a very weird thing, weird decision. So this is an auto scroller. Zoomy, if you have any donations, please.
Well, I don't have any donations as of right now, but I would like to plug the Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex donation incentive, which is the next run after this. You can choose a file name, which is 6 characters. So at the moment we have Tin Man on $1.48, Darmsy on $2.98, and Rex A on $29.60.
Come on, Rex A.
Rex A, twalk o'clock.
So I'm actually trying to get 50 rings for this auto scroller as well, because what I can do is I can transform a little bit off screen, and it will cause the collision for the train to be active before the train actually finishes its... before I get to the end of the train, which allows me to get killed and then respawn at the checkpoint, skipping the entire train section. It's a very minor time save because you can usually get past it faster than dying, but it's about, I'd say, I think we timed it at 7 seconds, so it's worth going for if you can do it. But if you get hit during this section, you just do it normally and it's not really that big of a deal. So trains on screen, transform off screen, hold down, and now I'm going to hit the checkpoint as it goes past, and then I'm going to clip and die. So, okay, for some reason, I'm not 100% sure why this happens, but the music just stops when that happens sometimes. But the boss will happen, it'll be silent, and then the boss will begin, and the music for the boss will play, and it'll be fine. So this boss is RNG. You want him to jump out of the ground 3 times in a row. But sometimes he'll only jump out once and then move back. See, like this. This is what you want. Hit him 3 times that way. Let's get one more. Nope, okay. And, okay, that's fine. So you want to jump out of the ground 3 times, twice in a row. That's the best RNG. There's another thing he can do where he goes to the left or right side of the screen, and then he'll like just jump from left or right of the screen to the other side. You can hit him twice in those cases. You definitely just want him to jump out of the ground 3 times in a row though. Alright, this is one of the hardest skips in the run coming up. Another fly over the stage strat, but so the Eggman blocks that I've been talking about, the ones that stop you from going over the screen, in this particular stage, they actually work like a staircase, which is really weird. It's like they intended for us to do it this way. They just kind of left it and it's like, yeah, we'll give them something they can do. It's very, very odd that it's very much like a staircase. You can jump from one to the other, to the other, to the other. But you have to first get over the really, really difficult height using a timed jump here. That should do it. Yep, cool, we got over. Okay. One more part left. Okay, and that just skipped the Act 2 boss.
Hell yeah.
That is a really difficult trick, so I'm so stoked I got that. So Oil Ocean 1, no skips. You know, it's a stage. Not the biggest fan of it. It's... yeah. Just go fast, get super as soon as possible. All that usual stuff. There is one neat addition to this zone they added over Sonic 2. If you have a fire shield, because obviously elemental shields weren't in Sonic 2, you can burn the oil and it causes the oil to catch fire, which is really neat. You can actually use that to damage the Act 2 boss as well. Unfortunately, won't see that because I'm not going to do the Act 2 boss. As per standard, if there's a capsule sitting at the end of the stage, you usually don't do it, Ross, because you can just go over some other way. And it's way, way more interesting to do it that way. So you can skip this cutscene coming up, but it's actually faster not to because it's very, very quick. Just fall down and then the stage starts. So this is one of those stages that in the Plus update, they made it difficult to skip. So the Eggman blocks that are in the ceiling were not that high in the previous updates, and you were able to go over with a well-timed jump. They raised the ceiling, so we were like, oh, okay, I guess we can't do this anymore. Well, turns out we can. We found another way. So we're going to spin a sheer jump, and we're just going to run up the wall and then land on the blocks. So we're above the ceiling again. That was raised high to stop us from doing that, but we managed to find another way, as per usual. Classic speedrunners. So I'm just going to fly over the boss trigger as well. Just going to fall and going to land on that capsule.
Nice landing.
So I'm also just going to die in the middle of the cutscene. Because you can't skip the cutscene because you didn't do the boss properly for some reason. So you just die and it skips the cutscene for you and you get put into a Lava Reef 1. Lava Reef is one of the trickiest levels for me. I struggle a lot with this stage and almost lost my rings. Just a lot of platforming gimmicks and stuff in the way of your jumps. Just have to be well timed and everything. Buttons like that are hard to hit, and yeah, it's just a difficult stage for me. Get the fire shield just in case when I get to the boss I run out of rings, I can still survive. You normally just barely have enough rings to do this stage with super. That was a little bit clutch. I got another ceiling skip at the end here. And fall straight down to the boss. For some reason, there's a thin gap where you can just fall. No idea why. But yeah, it's welcome and very happy that it's there. So I'm not going to complain. So you can't hit this boss until his armor's taken off by the lava. Okay. That was weird. I jumped through his hitbox. Yeah, 214, that's not too bad.
Almost as good as 216 by Trihex.
Almost. Maybe one day I'll hit that glorious number. Alright, so Lava Route 2. There's one skip I will do here. Using a well-timed super transformation. So I'm going to grab this special stage ring here and come back down. I've missed the cycle, unfortunately, so I'm just going to wait, and then I'm going to transform while it comes up, and it puts me in the wall. And I just jump up, and that skips that portion there, and allows you to get around this a lot quicker. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, 116. Yeah, considering I missed the cycle, that's still a decent time. Alright, this boss can be pretty annoying. If you don't hit in a specific way, you will actually just bounce off, even with super. So you want to jump between the gap here and hit the face. And sometimes it will jump, sometimes it will, do all that kind of stuff. Alright, this is probably one of my favorite skips. So I'm going to skip the Act 1 boss by reaching the signpost at the end of the stage. I'm going to do it in a really interesting way. This stage has a mechanic where you can go into the background of the stage. I'm going to take full advantage of that to skip it. So first off, I'm going to get enough rings to be able to transform. But as soon as I get enough rings, I'm not going to transform right away. I'm going to use transforming to initiate the skip. Okay, so I have 50 rings. That's good. Alright, so I'm in the wall here. Oh, damn it, okay. So I have to time my super transformation really, really well here. I really want to get this, so I might take a little bit. So I have to time right and jump press here as well to get through the gap. Okay, damn, okay. Alright, and I'm gonna roll up, and there we go. Okay, so I'm in the wall now. And I'm out of bounds. So I'm out of bounds in the background, which is going to be a really, really important thing here. I'm going to get into a specific spot. All right, got it. Timer 1 frame jump after the pause, and I'm going to fall, and it's going to push me back inbounds on the outside. Which, of course, then allows me to reach the signpost and finish stage. Now, please don't crash. All right, good. It didn't crash. The game can actually hardlock and crash after doing that, so we're very lucky that didn't happen this time. It was entirely the reason I chose save mode. I would normally do no save for my runs, but yeah, that happens in a run that I have to go back and do Act 1 again. So nothing too special with Act 2. You got the mini tails mode. I'm going to try and get super. Now, if you wanted to hear the super music, if you really liked it, you get to hear it now because for some reason the code does not work when you're mini tails. So... So I missed the cycle. That's fine. Okay, whoops. Alright, I actually have no idea where I am.
That was a trick called Scenic Route. It's where you take the wrong route and lose time.
I just want to show off the rest of the stage. There we go. Now we're on path. Yeah, I literally had no idea where I was. I've never fallen down there before. So this is a pachinko machine. Just gonna bust all the Robotnik's toys and then move on. I'm not 100% sure if this is RNG or if the order or like the number of each one you get is the same every time. But if it is RNG, then you definitely want as many Amy bots as you can get because they're one hits. Alright, and that's Metallic Madness done. And we're coming up to the last zone of the run. This zone has quite a few skips that are, the first one being one try only and extremely difficult. So hopefully I hit that. That'd be really, really cool. So I'm just going to go out of my way for 50 rings so I can get the super transformation early because that will be used for the skip. I got hit, so I have to restart.
All right, we have a $20 donation from the Pro Gamer who says, had to donate to ASM PAX for a good cause, and what better time to do so than during the Sonic Mania Plus run. Great job with the run as always, Raikou. Not only did the in-game timer stop moving, but the ASM one did too, like during my run.
Thanks, Jamer. Okay, so I'm going to position myself here. I'm going to spin dash, I'm going to jump, I'm going to transform, didn't get it. So I'm going to try and do a back up here. So after time, a pause here. I'm going to give this a try for a little bit because I really do want to get the clip. Not right. Okay, that should be it. So I have to get a frame perfect pause here, and I also have to get a frame perfect pause in the wall as well. Yeah, it's not going to do it. It's too off, I think. Alright, I'm going to give this a try like about 3 more times and then I'll move on. Because at that point it ends up just losing time and it's not worth it. One more here. Got it.
Nice.
So that skips about 25 seconds of the stage. In this point, not worth it. That was actually more than 25 seconds, but it still looks cool. And, you know, this is a marathon. I just want to show off all the cool stuff. Oh yeah, I outbeat the camera here, so I'm also going to just jump at the wall here, and I'm going to be in the wall, and then we're just going to jump up there. I don't know why everyone thinks this boss is hard. It's like really easy.
Seems to be a trend with this run.
I don't know. Just get super lol.
Wow, professional hedgehog, and you're not even a hedgehog. What?
Okay, so this stage is the biggest stage in the entire run. I mean, it should be the biggest stage in the entire run, but it's not. We're actually going to skip every single pathway. So I'm going to take this pathway here. And the rest of them I will not see for the rest of this. So if anyone has seen the ASM run of Knuckles at Avcon, you'll know that there is actually a capsule for some reason in this stage at the top of this area. So I'm going to well time a jump off this orb and position myself correctly, which is really difficult. And I should be able to clip into the ceiling. It might take me a few tries, it's pretty difficult to get. We're going to jump up the wall here. So it's not over yet, not over yet. All right, and we're out. Okay, so I had to do 1 frame left pauses there to actually make sure I don't fall into an air pocket that's in the wall and get stuck. And yeah, for some reason there's a capsule there, and you can use it to skip the entire stage. I believe it's where the time attack mode ends. So they kind of just left it there and just attached it to the stage still. And you just clip out of bounds and go there. That skips a massive stage. And this is the final boss. So I do this with no super and only rings. It's still fairly simple. You can just damage boost to hit him as many times as you need to.
Raikou, did we meet the donation incentive for Egg Reverie?
We did, yes. So Egg Reverie will be done with Tails after this. Okay, I'm getting an extra phase because I got really unlucky with where he landed. Okay, that's fine. So you need to hit him 4 times in a row, break his leg, and then break his other leg to stop an extra cycle from happening here. Unfortunately, I only got 3 hits on one of those cycles. So now I have to get warped out 1 more time after this. That's not good. There's no rings in this area, is there? Okay, potentially dead. Think we're okay. Okay, cool. Time.
Nice.
That's actually world record if that's real. See you next game.
See you next game, bro.
See you next game. All right, so the Egg Reverie incentive did get met, so I'm going to now go into stage select, and I'm going to select Egg Reverie Zone, which will put me in as Tails. This is not normally able to be done. You have to use modding to do it.
All right, we have a $14.80 donation from an anonymous that says nothing. Thank you. We have $37 from Craigle Bagel that says Homer1 for TWOC file name.
Rexay though.
Yeah, represent Rexay gang.
So Egg Reverie is pretty straightforward. Just walk into him as much as you can, but he has orbs around him, which is kind of annoying to deal with. Okay, and wait for him to come down. Okay, that's fine. Just gonna collect rings. You actually have the properties of having a lightning shield throughout this entire boss, so all the rings are magnetized to you. So try to get him as he comes up from the bottom. You try to like just push through his orbs. Oh, come on, really? I swear that was close enough. Now, can we just count that hit? Okay. Can also do that. You use rings to do a light dash, but you tend to not use it too much because you can usually hit without it anyway. There we go, he's down. Just got to hit Eggman one more time and we're done. And that's it.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you all for watching that.